Unmute. All right, we're unmuted, and we're gonna do this layout, which should work. Oh, let me go to where's the thing where I view all the videos? There we go. Perfect. It laid out perfect. All right, great. So we were defeated by scheduling yesterday, but we have not given up. This is the rematch of Friday night, rescheduled. CRASHDOM Vodcast, official episode 2, technically episode 3, but labeled episode 2. So it was a long week. It was a long week. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy week. And the aftermath of our D&D 1 D&D playtest echoed through every game I played this week. Everywhere I went online and every game I played in, people could not stop thinking about and talking about how profoundly impacted we were by our 6 hours of playtesting. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. Tonight, we're talking about our bread and butter, the platform that we run all our games on, Foundry, virtual tabletop. All right. So on our server, you are the Foundry Sage, the great Foundry Sage. There are others who have joined our server who would give you a run for the title for sure. But you were, in my heart and in my mind, you are the best. You know, there's different flavors of Jesus. You're my Foundry Sage, right? You're my Southern Baptist Foundry Sage. Those Protestant Foundry Sages, those Lutheran sages, I don't want them. You're the best. So. Yeah, also you are really patient. You explain Foundry stuff in a way that everyone can like understand. And a lot of our other Foundry Sages are like, it's like this, and then they say electrical engineering stuff. And then we're all like, okay, yeah, cool. So
it's one of those things where I know how to use Foundry, I don't know how to make Foundry.
Fair. Yeah.
And then a lot of the other sages on here are the people that know how to make Foundry.
Yeah, we have super users in our community that are like, well, I've been on Foundry 1 since the first 48 hours. There were a lot of things that didn't work, so I just reprogrammed all of Foundry from the ground up, and it works great now. And it's like, cool. What about a normal person? What's a normal person going to do? I don't know. But you are here representing the common gamer. Even with your expertise. So, we all know my stance. I'm going to switch to 10 when 11 comes out. That's when I'm going to switch to 10. I'm going to switch to 10 when all of the mods that matter, aka Better Rolls, when that is finally put out to pasture, and I log in and I have to cancel the game for the night because it's completely broken, and everything won't work. That's when I'm going to switch to the new Foundry, and I'll have to take leave from work because I got 5 different servers I got to update and all that. That's when I'm going to switch. But when are you going to switch? That's the question. A lot of people are asking, when is Dom going to switch?
So I was planning to switch this weekend. And then I went and started, on my local Foundry, the one that's not on Forge, and went through and started, updating 10, checking out all the mods that are there, going through like each mod and making sure, okay, so this is the one I want to use. I went through my local Foundry, deleted all my mods, and then went through and started adding the ones that I needed back, and seeing if which ones work. And now because I'm trying to run a red game, I have to see which ones work for both.
Okay.
As well. So going through.
So there is actually a system for Cyberpunk 4 Foundry that does exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what's actually holding you back. You're ready to switch to 10 for D&D, but you need to see where.
That was what I was doing Thursday, and what I was doing not Thursday. What I was doing today, and what I did after I think on Tuesday. I was doing it on Tuesday. So I went through and started checking out everything, and I was pretty confident. By like Thursday, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get going. I'll check it out a little bit more, and then I was going through the settings on 10, and there was like one thing that popped up. I was like, wait a second, if this is how this works, I can't upgrade. And it was they added a new site thing called you can now see invisible creatures. So like you can set it up so that if a creature's invisible.
That's a
PC
standard. That's a standard feature.
That's a built-in to Foundry.
Oh
yeah.
wow. Okay.
So they have a thing when you edit a token and you look at their vision.
Mhm.
They have normal vision, so that dark vision, basic vision, all that stuff, and
Mhm.
you can pick the dim and bright and all that crap. But it also now has detection mode. So you can set a list of detections. So you can say, oh, they feel tremors. So if
that's hype. If they're below the surface and invisible.
If they're below the surface, or if they're standing on the surface and their elevation set to 0, if you don't have line of sight with them and they're within the range that you set for their field tremors, it'll pop up and they'll see like sonic waves for them.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. And then they also now have see invisible or sense invisible. All these things are like they have see and sense. So whether it has to be within your cone of vision or outside of your cone of vision. So if it's sense and they're just within the range, you'll see like the effect of seeing them, of knowing they're there. And if you need see, if you pick a sight, a sense, a see invisibility or something like that, they have to be within your line of sight.
Oh wow.
And then so what I thought was that if I go and just turn a token invisible, if somebody has it under token, they just see it. So then I can't hide any creatures anymore. Like as a DM, you can't.
Yeah, and that's also frustrating because the way Foundry ideally is used is that you don't have a margin. Like you don't have a hidden margin because they want you to have your map set as the background to the scene. So you have nowhere to put hidden monsters.
And when I was like going through this and I thought that, I was like, what the heck? I can't upgrade because of this. This is messed up. This is how did this get through?
Right.
And then I realized no, it's different. They actually have now 2 forms of invisibility.
Oh.
They have the GM one where you right click and you hit the little mystery man on invisible for a GM. And then now if you actually use the invisibility status effect.
Okay.
When it's built into Foundry.
So status effects are now built into Foundry also?
Some of them are.
Okay.
Especially specifically invisibility.
Oh.
It has its own like change in how the thing turns into negative.
Okay.
Like you can kind of see through it, and that's the one. And if it has invisibility on, no one can see it unless they have the see invisibility thing on their token. But as a GM, you can still see it.
Okay.
And it's still on the scene, and it's not the GM hidden version. So the one that we normally use for turning tokens invisible, that still works, and it still works how we recognize it. But now they have a new one where if you put invisibility on something, it actually turns it visible for everybody. You don't have to put an active effect or anything like that. And it works with Cub too, today that I found out today. So if you have your invisibility in Cub, there's like an option that says this is your invisibility.
So that's something that I've run into. And not on every... Here's the problem with running different games and not having everything always 100% the same. Like, I have one game where I have, like, stacking status effects. Like, I'm getting status effects from maybe 2 or 3 different mods. So if somebody's knocked out, I get, like, JB2 animation knockout. I get, like, the incapacitated status from a different mod. And then I get a knockout status from my other mod that's triggered by hit points dropping to 0. So yeah, okay. So now there's gonna be Foundry statuses on top of that.
So the way Foundry statuses works is that they're, at least the way I'm seeing it now, is that it's kind of customized. It works with all the other mods at 10 are working with that.
Okay.
So like if in Cub, when you're setting up your Cub things, there's a little checkbox that says this is your invisibility condition.
Oh, okay.
And then when you hit that, that means Core Foundry knows that when this condition turns on, it does the built-in invisibility stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then
you'd have to essentially do a refresh of all of your Cubs.
Not necessarily all of them, just make whatever one's your invisibility, go ahead and check the box, the option on that one.
Are there any other special Foundry status effects?
No, not that I saw. It's just invisibility.
Got it.
But there was an update to automatic animations, which now you can set up presets for whenever you turn on a status effect. If the name is the same name that you put inside the preset, it will just automatically do an automatic animation that you can set up.
And is that only on Foundry 10, or is it just the newest version of animated effects?
I haven't checked on. Actually, let me check right now. I have it open.
Yeah, because I don't remember which game it was. Let me kill this adorable baby dragon, and let's see. Let's turn on its health.
Automatic animations. Yeah, actually no, it's just the latest update. So it's here. I see it here on in my Monster Hunter game. So yeah,
okay.
you can set it up so that instead of having to go in and make macros for all of them, you can just go and set up the presets in the automatic animations options.
Okay.
But the thing is, though, is that depending on what you're trying to get, like that splatter blood thing, that's not automatic. That's not, you're not gonna get that from automatic animation.
Right, that's coming from the spatter mod.
No, it's coming from token magic effects. So
is it?
Everything, all of our status effects that pop up and do weird stuff, are all coming from token magic. Because that's how we set it up originally.
Okay.
And then the things that happen when you're like casting an ability and then you see like, all your swords come out and attack them, that's from automatic animations. It's just that automatic animations now is also stepping into the condition, ring and providing.
Well, that's going to be that's great. Yeah.
So you have options. You can set up your conditions to be whatever you want.
Now, is the animated stuff controlled through Cub or through the animated animations mod?
It's controlled through the animations mod, but as long as you name the name that you put inside the animation options and the name that you put in Cub are the exact same name, they'll work together.
All right. Okay, I kind of want to take a look at this real quick. So, automated animations. Configure automatic recognition. That's the new feature.
If you go to it,
on token.
Yeah. No, you go all the way to active effects.
Active effects, got it. All right, you just add an item here.
Yeah, you can add an item there, and whatever item you add there, just make sure it's the exact same name as whatever your Cub condition is.
All right, so restrained, boom, and then animation will be on the token.
Yeah, animation will be on the token,
chains.
Or it could be an aura, and there's chains.
Oh, there's a chains aura and an on the token aura.
No, if you put aura will stay. If it's on the token, it would do the animation and go away.
Oh, okay. So on token stays, aura goes away?
No, aura stays.
Oh, okay. So let's do aura chains, and let's see what happens. Wow, diamond spike square.
Yeah, it's like diamond shaped chains with spikes on them.
All right, we're gonna loop it. Crazy. And random colors. Oh shit. All right. And overwrite. Overwrite will delete your existing menu. No, we don't want to do that. We just want to submit. There we go. Oh, submit and close. There we go. All right, so saving this out. And if we put restrained on this guy, he should get... Aw, this sequencer... Oh, there it goes. Oh, dang.
Yep.
Wow.
It's all the JB2 animation, JB2A animation stuff.
That's pretty damn cool. That is pretty damn cool. Oh, man.
So, I mean, we don't have to do token effects and get those macros set up and reload those macros in every time.
Wow.
But
now
you're stuck with using. If you do that, you're only using JP2A animation.
Oh, but they have so many now.
Yeah,
they got so many.
They have a lot, especially for patron.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Shilling for JB2 animations every day, any day.
I'll do that. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done so much good work.
Absolutely.
It's a cheap Patreon too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't spend $30 to $40 a month on them, so I consider that a pretty good patron or Patreon. Man, that's awesome. I've been kind of like at a point where like I want to revamp all the stats effects because we also have convenient effects going on too, which does so much. What does it work with convenient effects also? So
if it's named exactly the same name.
All right, let's try it out. Restrained. Grab this, put it on there, and there it goes. Oh wow.
Yeah,
I like it.
By the name, yep, the name of the effect.
I like that a lot because I'm leaning more and more towards convenient effects for most things. I'd really like to move away from a lot of the Cub stuff because it just feels like it breaks for people like at least once a session where like suddenly you have 9 stacks of something that you didn't want and things like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would keep everything that needs to be stacked. I would keep as a Cub effect. But I'm very tempted to switch everything else over to convenient effects. I don't know.
I haven't figured out a way to get this new V10 invisibility thing to work with convenient effects.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
like you can't get into trick, so it has to be manually right-click and applied.
It has to be. So the way, I guess the way Core Foundry is setting it up is that it has to be, right-click on the token, click on the status effect, assign status effect, and click on whichever one is the invisibility for you. And because active effects, the convenient effect is not based off of that whole like assigned to the token thing.
Yeah.
It's just you're just putting an effect on somebody. I don't know I don't know what the trigger is to make it read that. Oh, this is supposed to be the invisibility one. So I haven't figured out a way to do that. But I mean, if you just want to keep Core Foundry status effects as the ones that are there, and then all the special ones are in convenient effects, then yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of convenient effects. I've been trying to build that habit of anytime somebody drops like an ongoing status effect or a new thing that I haven't seen before, I've been trying my best to like go, oh shit, and then immediately go and make a convenient effect for it, so that we have it for next time. I just wish I had a way that everything I did in my 5 different games could like carry over to each other, because like I have so many plates spinning. It's so hard to be like, oh, I remember last week we did that thing, but I don't remember what game we did that thing in. Like, yeah.
I know 10. They were saying they were going to do something like adding presets.
Oh,
so that you can,
that'd be really nice.
I don't know if it's setting presets or something. It was some type of presets where you can, or like oh wait, is that it? Hold on. Open. Oh no, it's fonts. No, so there was I remember them talking about it in one of the live streams where you they wanted to be able so that you have module presets. So what mods you had turned on, you can save a name like a configuration, and then you can import and export that configuration so that every time you open up a new thing, you can turn on the mods that you want to have turned on.
That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. I think I kind of have something like that though, because I think when I was looking for when you and I were going through and we were doing all the different mods, people were recommending things. I think that is a there's
a mod that does that already. Because I'm looking at it right now. I have it here. I think it's the Module Manager Plus.
Right, Module Management Plus. Select a preset, so we can actually set presets.
Yeah.
So obviously the big one here is what we've been doing lately, SRD game, right? Versus the games that we play. It would be so great to just be able to go to a world and say, hey, switch it, and then it just switches over to SRD, so we could run some playtesting, or teach new people how to play the game, that sort of thing, and then we switch back to, our world doc for the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Man. So your final verdict though, are you going to switch to 10? Or are you gonna wait?
Now that I figured out that the thing that was holding me back was that invisibility thing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is dumb. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna upgrade if that's the case.
Right.
But now that I understand it, I think I'm gonna end up going through and upgrading. Now there are a couple things that I'm gonna be missing moving forward. Mm. And that's the custom hotbar. So that little blue hotbar that you have there. That's gonna go away.
Oh, did you see this? Hold on. Ooh, I don't know if you can see my screen. I got a mod that when you click the number of the hotbar you're on, it opens all the hotbars, so you don't have to toggle through them.
No, I didn't know.
Gosh, nice. Let me see if I remember what it's called. Hold on. Let's see. I'm sure it's hotbar. There, Monk's hotbar expansion. That's.
Oh, I mean, if it's a Monk thing, it's already.
If it's Monk, probably... it's quality. Yeah, except the
Monk, he already upgraded to 10.
The only good Monk in 5th edition, one might say. So that's disparaging. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's great. I've been using it a lot. Like if I'm like, oh shit, where's that thing? I'm like, well, I don't need to scrub through all these things now. I just hit this little button. I find that I use the hotbar more as a player. I'm definitely using both hotbars and Monster Hunter right now, so I will miss that. If you're willing to, install the monks thing. I'm sure it's been updated for 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
all of Monk stuff has been upgraded to 10.
Yeah. Then I don't think that's a big deal to lose that. That's all you're losing. That's fantastic.
Oh, no. So there's a little more.
Okay.
So there's that. I'm also the way Lancer works with the pop out initiative.
Oh no.
Is not that good.
Okay.
So like when you right click on the initiative.
Yeah.
Tab and it pops out. It doesn't all the little button there. They don't fade or change colors or anything. They're all the same color.
Oh.
On the little pop out. On the regular big one, it works fine. Everything's working fine. But for some reason, the pop out doesn't work.
Oh, T-Pain points out that active aura is not really working in V10. Everyone is having to switch to build a bonus mod for auras. So have
really?
you?
I haven't tested active auras. I know
Okay.
I logged it in and I haven't seen any errors, but I haven't tested it out yet.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and make an aura on this guy real quick and test it out.
All right. I've been hearing a lot of good things about build a bonus mod. So it gives you a lot of control. It looks a little bit like it has a learning curve there. A little bit of a learning curve.
It's more like from what I've seen, it seems like it's just a lot of windows and a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more options than we need for the basic auras that we're doing, but it's it gives you a lot of options.
Here, I'll throw it up in the chat if anybody is interested in looking at it. So, Build a Bonus, a module for Foundry Virtual Tabletop by Zell. It is good for Foundry 10. After installing this module, you can build a bonus application in any actor's special traits section, in the header of any item, or in the header of any active effect. This gives you the ability to apply a bonus to any attack roll, damage roll, saving throw DC, saving throw, or hit die roll for bonuses that should apply only under specific circumstances. If a bonus is embedded in an item or an effect, they transfer with the item effect if placed on another actor. Ooh, sounds like it partners with magical item mod really well. Has anybody tried it with magical item mod? Do they stack? Are there any conflicts? Anybody out there in chat? We'll see. Any bonuses you create will automatically be calculated when you perform an attack roll, damage roll, force a saving throw, perform a saving throw, or roll hit dice. For example, implement the Alchemist Artificer feature to add their intelligence modifier to damage rolls of all spell type items, and have build a bonus filter the bonus so it only applies to spells only if it deals acid, fire, necrotic, poison, or healing, and only if it has a material end component. Holy shit, that's pretty good. Give your wizard player a +5 bonus to saving throw DCs with just divination spells. Magic items that give a global +1 are dull and boring. Give your magical pugilist a feature akin to brutal critical and have it only apply to melee spell attacks. Give your paladin an aura that grants each enemy within 10 feet a -2 melee attack roll. Well, that right there is so important if you're trying to, what I'm going to do for Divinity, run 4th edition D&D through 5th edition D&D. Because there are a lot of aura type effects and a lot of weird situational, like elemental type bonuses that only apply for certain elements and stuff. This would be an amazing tool for that. Is this only for Foundry 10? Because I don't know if I want to upgrade to 10 just for this.
Scroll down. It usually says that it tells you all the lists.
Oh no! It is only for Foundry 10.
Yep.
Let cry. Well, it'll be waiting for me. Like if my spouse died and I knew that they were waiting for me in heaven when I finally passed away. I'm like the guy in Up right now. I'm looking at this mod knowing that someday we'll be together. Not today, but someday. So how's it looking for active auras?
All right, let me see here. I don't think it's let me check here. No, it worked. It's working for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just check something.
Are you doing like a paladin saving throw aura?
Yeah.
Huh. Let's see.
Yeah, the extra +2 is there. Yeah, it's working.
All right.
On 10, in 10 at least. Yeah.
Wow. All right. I still think if I switched to 10, I would probably switch to build a bonus. it definitely seems pretty legit.
I mean, yeah, if we're trading one mod for another mod that just has more features.
Yeah,
I mean,
it honestly looks it looks intimidating at first, but it really doesn't look too bad once you kind of
yeah,
dig into it a little bit. Yeah.
It's just more options
Yeah.
inside that one mod.
Very cool.
Another thing, so there's that, and then I use a mod called Smart Doors.
Yes, I use that also. Yeah, it signifies what is a secret door versus not a secret door.
It also lets you quickly turn doors into secret doors, and
yes, I love it.
All the doors are the same size.
Yeah, silently lock doors too. You can silently lock doors.
Oh yeah, that's gone in 10.
What? All right. Well, yeah, never switching over ever, never ever. I feel like one of those old people that when we switched from like VHS to DVD, they were like prepared to riot in Target. They were really upset. Like every time they upgrade Foundry, I feel like that old person. Like, how could you take it away from us? How could you take this from me?
Yeah. So Smart Doors is gone.
Is there any? Do you think there's anything comparable to Smart Doors? I mean,
not that I know of.
Monk hasn't just made a better mod for doors yet? Come on, Monk. What are you doing? You've already revamped all Foundry. You skipped the doors?
I mean, there was Arm's Reach that got left behind, and then Foundry took care of it, and now it's
Arm's Reach is a part of Foundry now, right?
It's not that it's a part of Foundry. It's that it's the mod is run by the League of developers that are
extraordinary developers. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't just like smart doors. I kind of rely on smart doors because like there's a lot of secret doors and like I'm stupid. So like I'm tired. So like I'll look at a dungeon, I'll describe a room to you guys and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, there's 5 doors in the room." And you guys will be like, "5? I only see 4." And I'll be like, "God damn it." Like yeah. And I mean, everybody forgets to lock the doors when they finish prepping a dungeon. Like, very rarely do you remember to go back through. You know what I'm saying?
So, I think they always had this. It is, secret doors and regular doors do look different in V10.
Oh, they do look different in V10. Okay.
They do look different, but before it was like, you can like hold Alt and then turn it into a regular door.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's gone. Can't do that.
Aw. That's a shame. I guess to illustrate this, I'll draw a bunch of doors real quick in this scene.
And then how they kind of change, they keep them all the same size, so they don't change the all that stuff that's gone. Another big one, and I was using this for kind of the end of when I upgraded to 10, I had to switch this. When I upgraded to 9, I had to switch this mod. And then when we upgraded to now, if I'm upgrading to 10, I lost it. I'm losing it. It was the ATL, the active token effects.
Yeah.
The ones that like allow us to change light with an effect, or change size of the token with an effect. That one's gone.
I'm getting a weird effect. I just drew walls on this map, and it drew double doors everywhere. That's kind of weird.
Wait, do you actually have like the curved walls or
maybe
or like rectangles turned on or something like that?
I don't think so. Here,
then you might want to just refresh. If you did and then didn't, it usually
gotcha.
When you have like the like curved walls tool activated and you draw a door and you like cancel and then you fix it and draw another one, they just show up.
Oh yeah, and I just deleted the doors and they're still there forever. Yeah. Oh man, T-Pain says also in V10 Parallaxia might be broken. And
Parallaxia is gone, but there's a new one. There's
a new mod called Tile Scroll.
Yep, Tile Scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the Better Rolls is gone, but there's a replacement called Ready Set Roll, which is exactly.
Yeah, I'm still sending £5 a month to that guy because I ran my mouth. I said I'll pay for a solution. If somebody comes up with a replacement for Better Rolls for Foundry 10, I'll pay for it. And then people are like, "Oh, well, this guy's got a coffee," and I was like, "God damn it!" So so I signed up for his Ko-fi, and I've just been sending money over there every month because I'm like, I don't know how much money is enough money, but I said I would pay for it. So here you go, buy yourself some coffee every month, or whatever British people drink, tea. So there you go.
Yeah, I guess I'll go through that. What was replaced and lost and replaced.
Okay, that sounds good.
Put on my list. Okay, so.
Oh, but here's me using smart doors to make my door a secret door.
I can't do that anymore.
This is actually kind of neat because it's very fun for players, especially people who used to play on Roll20, to be able to open a door themselves. It's a very good experience. So to have a secret door and then you just turn it into a regular door just with a single click, oof, that's nice. Yeah, it's subtle. Really it's not worth staying on 9 if you're ready to go to 10 though, but it's still pretty nice. All right, so what do you got? Run us through what you had to switch, what you had to change.
So let me see here. Really the only thing that really changed over is permission viewer changed to ownership viewer.
Okay. Ownership viewer.
Yeah.
Does that allow you to do bulk ownership and things like that?
It's the exact same mod as that we currently have.
Oh, it just has a new name. Okay.
Yeah, new name, and permission viewer stopped updating, and then ownership is going to update from 10 onward.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Ready, set, roll, replace better rolls.
Ready, set, roll. Yep.
Let me see here. Drag ruler is still working now. They updated itself, so I know
people were waiting for that. People were waiting for that.
That's what I was waiting for. Pal scroll replaced parallaxia. Yeah, because ATE is gone. That was the way we, like, you know, that little in Monster Hunter, if you right click on your token, there's like a little light bulb that you can use to change your vision and light and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's that mod. So that mod is gone. I have to go back to regular old torch mod. For some reason, I mean, it's like some mods are still, you know, mentioning it that are working, but that mod I cannot upgrade it. Like I try and go to the website to like I try and install it, and it says like there's an error. They need to update the mod or something like that. Like they're using like old entries or something like that. So ATE, which is active token effects.
ATE active token effects. Okay.
Yeah, that one's gone. Yeah.
Damn.
And it was a bunch of mods that like worked with that one to do stuff. So it's sad to see it go. Let me see here. I mean, really, other than that, everything else is pretty much the same.
Oh, here, I'm going to put this up. Anybody that likes rolling 2 dice at once, if you want to show Mango FVTT that you appreciate the work that they did, the timely work that they did, making sure that Better Rolls people were taken care of in Foundry 10, that is their coffee, so you can head over there and give them some support. Just toss that in the chat. Man, this is like every time there's an update, you get me tempted. You get me tempted to do it early, but like, man, how much time am I looking at to get 5 servers transferred over? Like, how much time am I looking at?
I mean, a lot of the mods that are here are the same ones we already have. It would just be getting them updated, and then replacing the ones that got replaced. So,
walk me through a best practice. What's the best practice if somebody out there wanted to switch from Foundry 9 to Foundry 10? What do you recommend they do? Like, what's the steps?
So first thing, if you're on Forge, first things first is down the games that you have there that you don't want to lose. Download, export them and download them and save them locally first before you do anything. You don't have to worry about your assets and stuff like that. Just the game.
So find my game, go to configure, export it so that I have a copy of it just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay.
Then,
so I don't need to clone it. I just need to export it.
No, the cloning will just that one will get messed up too when you update.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So you want to export it and save it locally. And then I would open up your game before you update. Turn off all your mods. just if now that this thing has presets, you could probably still save the preset.
Okay. So if you're running Mod Manager Plus, go in and save your preset.
Yeah, save your preset, turn off all your mods.
Maybe do Florian environment export too, just in case, like some.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah,
okay.
that'll help. That could probably help. And then go to your Forge thing. After you do that for all your games, go to your Forge thing, change it to upgrade it, change it over to 10.
Okay.
And then launch your game. Let it, and then after you've changed it to 10, go to your Bazaar and modules and update everything.
Yeah, before turning them back on.
Yeah, before turning them back on.
Okay.
Update everything. And then make sure you update your game system too, your systems too. So update D&D 5e and update your modules, all the modules you're using. And then I would go through and get the replacements that you were looking for.
Yeah.
Go ahead and install those too.
And they should probably do a little bit of detective work, like listen to the mods that you mentioned in this. Maybe we'll put in the VOD description. We'll put like, if you're using this, go get this.
I can export my my V10 mod list.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's actually a lot less because right now on this one that I'm testing out, I don't have any of the compendium modules that we all have. Like all the maps and stuff like that, and all the D&D Beyond books and stuff like that.
Because when you host locally, you can access that stuff just off your hard drive, right? Just easily just go and grab it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could, or if it's the map makers that make their own map compendiums.
Yeah,
I don't have those installed on my local because I don't use it for that. I don't play games on here.
Fair.
So this is just for a testing ground. I don't need all of those. But so right now I'm at 97 mods total.
Wow.
Compared to my
140,
game,
180,
which is 160, I think.
Wow.
I mean, all of that is 170 mods. 162 are active, but that's a lot of just the shared compendium mods and.
Yeah, I'm at about 148. Looks like yeah. But again, so many of them are UI based and accessibility based.
Doing this exercise, tell me exactly like how many of them are like the ones that didn't have to get updated and stuff like that, or just a lot of like UI based, things like that.
Well, that's good that they didn't overhaul the UI again because I still
did the scene stuff.
Okay, does it impact the scenes?
Yes, and so the way they changed the way grid tiles and stuff layers now.
Okay.
So the grids are a lot easier to see. If you haven't turned on, and like when you're like looking, when you're like doing vision and stuff like that, your grid is on top. So like if I'm looking into darkness, I see the grid on top of it now.
Oh, okay.
Whereas before you didn't see, it was just black.
So you could kind of measure the darkness a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And the reason why they did that is because they did some adjustments with their overhead tiles and stuff
like they're layering and stuff.
Yes. So now if you I'm kind of going off tangent right now, but
it's all right. We already covered are you moving and why are you moving? So now we can kind of talk about some of the cool stuff. Yeah.
So whenever you put negative on your token elevation, it puts you under the tiles.
So if there's actual like tunnels and shit under the map, you could even show that, right?
So it's not it puts you under everything.
Oh.
So like see.
Is there a downstairs layer for maps? Could I have an underground?
No, that's the problem. So that's the part that's missing. And they said what they're trying to do is because they have it for roofs now. So there is a roof level. Like if you set your height to 25. It makes it so, and you set the roof level to be 25.
Oh, that's fantastic.
On top of
how many roof layers can you have?
One.
We're almost there. All right.
Yeah. So they said when they've announced it, they said, okay, so this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
So they did it for roofs. So you can set like, okay, the roof of this scene is at 25.
Beautiful.
So anybody who sets their token up to 25, they're over all the.
I love it.
Over the overhead tiles, and then if you set your elevation to negative anything, you're under all the tiles.
Now hold on. That feels like it's going to be great for the players. It's still going to be kind of a pain in the ass for the dungeon master, though, right? Like,
so what they changed is how when you select a token, it has the yellow square around it, right?
Yes.
That yellow square is on top of everything. So regardless of whether you're underground or something like that,
Mhm.
you would see their square
Mhm.
and the number that they're -5, even if they're under everything.
Okay, but
So like,
as the DM, I've got
Mhm.
a scene, and there's people digging below the earth. There's people on the ground. We're basically playing,
Minecraft.
well, Dragon Chess, I think is how they
Yeah.
use it. Savra, the drow
Mhm.
one, where it's got 3 different ones.
Mhm.
So you got people below ground, you got people on the ground, you got people on the roof layer.
Yes.
That's great for the player because they're one thing, right? So they see that, oh, I'm on the roof. I only see the roof map. And if the roof map, I guess, has alpha layer, like alpha transparency, they can see down to the floor below.
Yeah.
Right? But, and then the person below, I guess they're just hosed, right? They just see the gray murkiness of the Foundry back end.
They don't see, no. So they still see, when you're underground, your token goes underground, not your vision.
Oh, not sure I like that too much.
So it's not like I go underground and then now my character, as a player, clicking on token, I see nothing.
But you wouldn't see anything if you were underground.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the case.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I like where it's headed. I love the idea that if there's a map with a bridge, right? And that, like, you could be on the bridge, you could be under the bridge, but you could also be under the water.
You're going a little too far.
Oh, really?
What I'm saying is that there's no map on that lower level.
I know, but like that's where they're headed, though, right? Like,
yes.
Okay, but we're not there yet.
Yeah. So right now you have floor map and you have roof map. And
Yeah.
You can go under the floor, but you still see the floor map. Your token is just not shown on top of the floor map. You just see their square.
I guess that's better than me having to right click and hide it. Like with that Boulé fight, what a pain in the ass having to like hide them and then not hide them and all that.
So you wouldn't hide them. Well, for us, we would see the just square.
Oh, that's kind of cute. So you would see them burrowing.
Yes.
Oh, that would have been really great for that fight.
And it was the number for how deep they're down will still show up.
Okay, that's kind of cool. All right. Yeah. Now, as a dungeon master, do I see all maps overlaid on each other at once? Like, how do I manage that, right? If I'm in an inn with 2 floors and I got people on the second floor, that's the quote-unquote roof floor, and then I got people down below, how am I transitioning back and forth between that?
So, so with levels, that's the reason why I never used the levels mod, because I didn't like that.
Right.
You end up seeing a bunch of maps just slightly alphaed on top of each other, and it's very confusing for a DM. And
yeah, I bought an adventure like that last year. That was like an 8-story tower, but it was one map, and they were all just stacked on each other. I couldn't really figure out what was going on.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'd rather have the second floor be on the side and have a teleporter move them over to the side.
Yeah.
So with this, you wouldn't make your second floor be your roof map. Be your roof map.
It's still pretty cool though. Like I love the idea. Like right now, you guys are in Themis, and it would be really neat to be able to have the ability to go into the shops, especially if like maybe you had to sneak out of the city or something like that. And you could go into shops and out the back door shops, but you could also be on the roof of the buildings as well. That's the ideal scene for that.
Yes.
Okay, for now. Yeah. All right. But we're heading towards a future where we could have a cool bridge battle, and you could be above people on the bridge, you could be below the bridge, but you could also be below the water below the bridge. Eventually. That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
With levels, the levels mod, you can do that now, but you have to make sure you have your assets and bridge stuff set up so you can do that.
I like
your
it.
Bridge will have to be its own.
You know who's fully embraced Foundry VTT, and it shows in their recent releases is Heroic Maps. Every release now, they have a Foundry VTT bundle for that map that's already set up for Foundry, and they understand that roofs are good, and so like all the older maps that I use theirs, I have to go into Photoshop and I have to extract the roofs myself. Or if they don't have roofs, I have to go and do the blue screen technique to get roofs out of Incarnate.
Yeah.
But now all of them come bundled with the roofs on a separate layer if you want, so that you can nicely lay them out.
I had bought I didn't buy the fully already made in Foundry version, but I did buy their set for Candlekeep.
Yeah.
And it came with the plant with the map, and then it came with a suite of roofs for the map.
Beautiful. Yep. Yeah,
roadmaps.
yeah. The haunted house I'm working on, it made it so easy to have the ground floor, but when you're outside, you look and you see the roof of the house. It's very nice. Just a little subtle touch there.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that I could say, oh, this roof is 40 feet high, and if for whatever reason somebody climbed up on top of the roof, I wouldn't have to have them teleport over to yet another map that has the roof permanently on there. I could just have them there, and then they don't see inside the building because they're actually on top of the roof. I like that quite a bit. That's cool.
You still need to set up wall height like normal, because right now this is not thinking about wall height. And another thing too is that it's one constant roof level. It's not per token, per tile.
I have to ask: is roof height, or not roof height, but is wall height and actor height? Is that a standard feature of Foundry 10?
It's not a standard feature. You have to. But wall height is still working.
Okay. All right.
The wall height mod is still working, and it's actually upgraded to 10. Like, it has no compatibility issues.
Beautiful.
Yes, a lot of them are already updated to 10, or are one version of 10 behind. Skill customization is still working.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love skill customization.
Yeah. And with Ready Set Roll, it now tells you what attribute you're using when you roll. So you can set it up so that, hey, I rolled it in Arcana, and then on the side it says this person rolled Arcana Int, or Arcana Charisma, or Arcana whatever,
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
In case they're trying to sneak better rolls past you, like they've been applying their strength to everything, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know before we play Monster Hunter again. Yeah. I mean, you could do dexterity intimidate. That's the thing, right? Intimidate them with your fast hands.
If you tell me you're doing weird acrobatics to try and get them to be scared of you.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Intimidating dance. Yeah. That's right.
I gotta remember that for.
I mean, honestly, I think the majority of every Mythic session is you guys trying to convince me that there are different ways you should be able to do everything that exists in the game. So, yeah, I think that's a major part of the campaign.
All right. Let me see here. Anything big? I'm forgetting. It's new in 10. Oh, actually, it might be here. The way the settings are set up now, the setting screen, everything's on the right. Like, they kind of unified journals and unified the option screens as well. So you have a tab on the left-hand side that has a list of everything, and then everything's on, and then all the information is on the right. So you know how we had to have
monks for that, right?
Tidy UI, game settings UI, so that it collapsed all the settings, all the module settings. Now everything's just on the side, so you can have all of them shown, or you can just go to, there's a list that is like, okay, I'm looking for
so do you still need module management mods then, if it's already built in?
The module management one, yes.
Okay.
I would keep that one, but the tidy UI, you don't.
Oh wow. Okay, so don't need tidy UI.
I'm still using it because it makes the option. I'm so used to how the options
fair.
Options tab on the right hand side is collapsed and looks that I'm just used to it, so I'm still using it. And it still works. But
are thumbnails for maps and scenes, or thumbnails for scenes, a standard part of Foundry 10?
I mean, I see a thumbnail in the scene before I installed any mods, but I don't know. And there's a.
I got my calendar open in another window, and with the adventures I'm trying to get published, Extra Life coming up, day job, I got to get 30 websites online by January 1st. I'm thinking that for me, I might have to take a week in January and just work on Foundry. But I think my switch to Foundry 10, the earliest I could honestly commit to it would probably be January.
I honestly, unless the only reason to switch would be to get the invisibility and tremor sense stuff.
I do like that.
Because everything else, we have a mod right now that works for 9 that can do it.
Yeah, like I said when we started the stream tonight, I'm gonna stick around until I am forced to leave. You know, I'm going to be on 9 until I wake up one day and just nothing works anymore. And it's like, welp, I guess it's time to switch over. Which is the last time that I switched over. But I think this time around, I'm going to try to be a bit better about paying attention to what's going on with 10. So when I do have to switch over, I have a good sense of like what I'm looking for and what I'm replacing and what I need to do. Yeah, I kind of stuck my head in the sand before and just kept it there until it was like I had no choice. So I had to jump from 7 to 9. I have questions. Is the integrity of the scenes okay? Because I'm still running into scenes from Foundry 7 that break my Foundry 9. Like, so I pull them out of command view.
I won't know that until I actually upgrade my actual Forge game, because these are all brand new games that are set up. They're not old games that I updated and had to do the migration.
Because it's a shame to work hard on prep, to have like a campaign prepped out, and then have to go and redo a bunch of that prep because you lost the certain features when you upgraded.
The biggest thing that I'm worried about, especially for Monster Hunter, is that I went through and set up all these scenes to have the change in elevation stuff.
So good. It's so good.
And now because of this, whenever you're negative elevation, it takes you underground.
Yeah.
If I had a scene where I set up 0 to be like the mid layer, and then I had like a negative area and a positive area, that negative area is going to send you under the tile.
Like I did with the Witchlight Palace.
Yeah.
I had you guys start 15 feet above the ground, and then
you would have to make the lowest part of your part of your scene
always 0. Yeah.
And then go up from there. Yeah.
Weird.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna find out. I mean, also another thing too, the lighting looks a lot better.
I've heard it. Yeah. It's really, really sweet.
Yeah.
Like almost as good as Roll20. You know, they got colored lights now over there on Roll20. I'm sorry. That was mean. I'm sorry. But yeah. I don't know. I kind of run my game deliberately on potato mode, so I haven't seen good looking. I don't want to call myself out, but I haven't seen good looking lights in Foundry in a long time because I switched over to running on lower settings for performance, and I haven't really missed having the better lighting.
I've always played on golden potato.
Damn, must be nice. Nice. Damn.
You know, when I see those really cool effects that you put in, I'm like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm like I'm like a blind painter. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm like, I hope these lights look good because I'm on potato mode. So maybe they look good. I don't know.
One thing that stopped working is weather block.
Aw, that sucks.
Yeah, I tried it out earlier today. It's not working. I'm seeing clouds in my building.
Lame. Weather block is such a simple but yet cool thing. I'm into that shit.
Yeah, I will say, on Forge, I usually every week I'll go and go to the modules thing and update all my mods.
Yeah.
For the past 2 weeks, there has been hardly any updates on mods for V9.
Damn.
And they've been pretty updates that I've been seeing are like I look at the description, it's like, this is the final update for V9, and then like, this is the final update for V9. Moving forward, you would need to use this manifest URL for V10.
Damn.
So I mean, right now at V9, you're kind of like in it's prime right now. Like this is the part where things aren't going to change unless they have to.
Right. Yeah, I haven't run. I've only been running. I believe I keep running D&D Beyond Importer is the only one that I keep running updates on because that's changing all the time.
Oh yeah, that one has to change because of their
right.
Beyond.
Yeah, a weird one. I felt like for a while we were updating Perfect Vision every day, and I feel like I haven't seen Perfect Vision updates in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main reason why Perfect Vision was updating so much is because every other mod that does anything to scenes, it would mess with Perfect Vision, and Perfect Vision need to update to keep up with that change. So every time one mod update, Perfect Vision need to update to catch up to that. And that guy, I don't know the person.
Yeah, these people are absolute heroes. Like, these programmers are out there. No, they're not getting paid. Like, no one is paying these people. There are paid mods out there. And there are some great paid mods out there. Don't get me wrong. There are some great paid mods out there. But like the mods, the bread and butter, the mods that we all rely on, the mods that make Foundry so good and so fun and so cool, they're just doing this, right? They're just doing it because they love D&D and they want to share that with people. These are content creators. They are out there making content that makes the game better for everyone else. I don't know. Like, I remember being on Roll20 and being like, is it possible to do this kind of cool thing that would make life a little bit easier? And they're like, ugh, maybe with API. And it's like, cool. Can somebody point me towards a solution? And they're like, you don't know API? You don't know? You just do it. It's just like, yeah, but is there someone that's already done it that maybe? And they're just like, oh my god. And it was like such a hard community to be a part of and to break into. And everything was on the Roll20 message boards, which were not like very easy to navigate. I'm sure nowadays they have their own Discord, they have an API channel. I'm sure it's all great, but like it's not the same. When I switched from 7 to 9 and like the weather completely destroyed everything, I was able to track down the guy who made that mod and he wrote me a custom macro to fix that problem. Like that's incredible. Like that's the kind of community that Foundry VTT has built because Atropos cares that much about the product and the community using that product. So as frustrating as it can be to have the product moving so fast, it is not moving so fast without the love and support behind it. So it's a great time to be playing virtual tabletop.
Yeah. It is.
It is. All right. Well, I'm excited to at least try Foundry 10 through others, but I will tell you right now, we're just January at the earliest is when I'm switching over, unless something cataclysmic happens.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no reason to switch over unless you want the invisibility and tremor sense thing. That's it.
All right. Sounds like a good final verdict. If you're excited and you don't want to wait and you're ready to get on Foundry 10, it sounds like now is a great time to do it. If you are not excited about switching to Foundry 10, if you don't have the time, if you don't have the spoons, if you don't have the spoons in your spoon drawer to go through the process of doing it, don't stress. Foundry 9 is still good. It's still stable. Both paths are viable right now. Is the takeaway, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good. Well, that brings us to an hour.
Yeah.
It went fast. So I'm glad that we got a chance to reschedule and not miss a week on our thing. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about this coming Friday, but there's certainly a lot of things to talk about. We can talk about the games that are coming up next time. That could be fun. Because if we meet up Friday, Saturday night, I'll be running that haunted house adventure that I'm writing for Heroic Maps. Sunday morning, you'll be running your Cyberpunk game.
Yeah.
And then there's only a couple of weeks left till Extra Life after that, and there's just so many unique and interesting games that are going to be happening, plus the Global Press game, Will's game, Conti's games, Lex's game. There's just so many things we could talk about, and the different things that we're going to try out. And I don't know if you heard, but Remy is actually going to start running people through the Pathfinder beginner's box.
Yeah, after Monster Hunter, he was talking to me about it. He was like, "Yeah, I think you would like Pathfinder. You should try playing Pathfinder.
Yeah,
this is Pathfinder. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Pathfinder?
That's how it happens. It is a very evangelistic culture, but I ain't gonna lie, it's a good system. It's a good system.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a good system from what I've been hearing.
If Remy can schedule it in a time that I could play, and he's willing to hold my hand and powder my poopy bottom, then I will go on that journey with him. I will try to learn it. The time has come. It's been almost 10 years of 5e. It's time to try something fresh. It feels weird to say that, but
that's the reason why I'm trying Cyberpunk, because the anime push. I mean, I've always liked the game. I always liked the setting. I always liked the genre sci-fi, and so it was either Starfinder or Cyberpunk. And the anime pushed me towards Cyberpunk.
I'm glad you chose Cyberpunk over Starfinder. Starfinder a little stale, TBH. So, Man. Whew. Anytime I hear that song, the one, I want to stay at your house, or I want you to stay. Oh man, just cry a little bit for my girl, a little blue girl. She. Oh man. My feelings. I don't think they've recovered yet. They're still badly bruised. Hopefully you do. I guess, can I hold you to that standard? Can I hold you to Netflix Cyberpunk standards for?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Follow-up question. Am I being held to Netflix Castlevania standards for Curse of Strahd?
That's what I was thinking about.
I mean, I'll try. I'll definitely try. You might not get to the point where you're slicing kaijus in half until the very end of the campaign. But yeah,
I don't think we're ever gonna get to
yeah. I will say I put Simon Belmont's whip into not the whip itself, but the fucking magic chain from the anime, the blows shit up. I did put that. It's seated in the world. That's a spoiler.
Okay,
it's seated in the world. Okay.
All right.
So, I am very excited. It doesn't help that October is spooky month, so everywhere I look is spooky stuff, and that's all I can think about is spooky stuff and Curse of Strahd and Curse of Strahd. So it's like I'm very excited. But there's so much in between that. Finishing up Witchlight, all the extra life stuff, getting these publishing projects out in time. It's just so much. But yeah. All right. So next time we meet, we'll talk about upcoming games, and maybe if we have time, what other systems like Cyberpunk and Pathfinder we are interested in trying out to sort of diversify our experience a bit. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got to meet up again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm off to play some Divinity with my kiddo, and enjoy the rest of my Saturday night. So I will see you tomorrow for Mythic. All right. Night, everybody. Keep in mind, Extra Life's coming up. If you want to be a part of raising money for sick kids in the hospital, join our Discord. Message me on Discord for an invite, or join via Patreon. If you don't join our Discord and help with Extra Life, I can only assume that you're a terrible person that hates sick children. So I'll leave you with that thought. All right. Good night.